My name is Javier Florez. I was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. It had metastatically moved to my lungs and my lymph nodes. So my symptoms were just heartburn, like a lot of people have. I was prescribed heartburn medication, take one a day, fix that symptom. Then in 2016, I decided to run a half marathon. So I trained for months. In December of 2016, I actually ran the half marathon with no problems during my training or the actual race. January the following year, 2017, I started getting winded just going up a flight of stairs at work. I kind of attributed that to maybe taking the holidays off after my race in December. But it progressed to the point where I was getting winded walking down a long hallway. So went to my doctor. He did some x-rays, did all the tests he could, and really couldn't pinpoint what it was. So he referred me to a lung specialist. He took some more x-rays and did the test that he would do and couldn't pinpoint what it was. So it was decided to do a lung biopsy. After my lung biopsy, after the surgery, a surgeon came in with an oncologist, and they told me that what was in my lungs was adenocarcinoma, which was stomach cancer that had traveled to my lungs. So once I was diagnosed with, stage 4 stomach cancer, I was told the treatment options were pretty much just palliative care, which just means extending your life, give you some treatment to see how it goes. I really didn't understand what palliative care was, so I thought it was terminal, that they were going to give me some treatment and that's it. They knew it wasn't going to work that well or work that long, and there was no cure for it. So it took a toll on me for a little bit, until I actually started my treatment and started seeing progress and improvement from that treatment. Before I actually started my treatment, I was tested for biomarkers. I was HER2 positive, which allowed another medication to be added to my chemo regimen. And as the chemo and this targeted treatment improved my stomach cancer, I've continued with the targeted treatment, the Herceptin, which I believe that has actually extended my life. I am alive because of my biomarker testing and the treatment related to that biomarker. Throughout my diagnosis treatment, I've always strived to stay positive, try to find some hope. Some days are harder than others, but I always try to find some positivity. I realize I can't control a lot of things, including my diagnosis, but I try to control and put a positive spin on how I react to the uncontrollable conditions. The reason I like sharing my story, it's not because of me, it's to help anybody. If it helps one person, another person, to have a little bit of hope that if I can be alive 6.5 years after diagnosis, it can happen to other people. Also, if others can learn from my experience. Coming into the diagnosis, I did not know much at all about cancer. I was very clueless and ignorant about cancer and treatments. So knowing now what I know, I'm willing to share with others as much as I can, as much as people will listen, just so they can have some hope and maybe some knowledge that I've gained along the way.